Hello, cycling fans everywhere. Today's profile creates an interesting strategic dilemma for both the favourites as well as those seeking stage victory. Is it best to wait for the final 3 kilometres and then give it your all to gain a few seconds? Or should an attack be launched further out on the Montée de Saint-Nizier de Moucherotte, setting off a reaction in which everything could be lost?
Guys, it's a hilly start. The early breakaway should get away quickly, so it could be worthwhile getting somebody in there. Given the layout of the finish, it could go all the way. And if it doesn't work, it'll mean we've got some support up front in the closing stretch.
We're on to the first ascent that counts towards the best climber classification. There will be 2 points and 1 point to be had at the top. That's because a few kilometres later, the Col de Porte. The Col de Porte climb can be split into 3 sections. The start is fairly steep, and then there's a long ledge of about 4 kilometres. The final stretch is quite hard, with the percentage rising as the climb progresses. It's classified as a first category pass. There will be 10 extra points to be picked up towards the polka dot jersey for the first one over the top.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings. The gap isn't changing much.
The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap.
The first rider to the top of the climb will pocket 5 points.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. The gap between the favourites group and the front is 30 seconds.
go full out on the relay.
The first 6 riders at the top will pocket the points towards the polka dot jersey. There will be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point to be gained.
Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey. The polka dot jersey has enough lead to be sure to keep it today.
The first riders have finished the climb. They've got less than 20 kilometers to go before the finish. And one last obstacle to be cleared, the short climb to Villars de Lans.
There's movement behind you.
Allez les gars, courage! Continuez, lâche rien.
Go! Another 10 kilometers to retain the jersey.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
Less than 5 kilometers before the finish. The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez, courage les gars!
The final climb is on. A little more than 2 kilometers at 8%. You'll have to take a good dose of freshness to take on this steep slope. Last kilometre. One rider's alone in front, but his chasers are still in the hunt. He will have to be strong to hang on for a win.
It is the red pennant. 1 more kilometer of effort.
Watch out, there's an attack.
In place, and you did the job. I'm satisfied. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day.
Are on the programme today. For most riders, one ascent sends shivers down the spine. So for most, this will be a Dantesque journey, because the 2 climbs are separated by the Col de la Biche. A thrilling stage for the climbers. Acceleration at the head of the peloton.
You're in for some hard work today, lads. With a finish at the top of the Grand Colombière, you'll have to keep a steady head. In a breakaway or in the peloton, you're going to have to count each stroke of the pedal if you still want to be fresh at the finish. Good luck. You're the biggest. You are upping the tempo. They're going to try to manage the time gap.
The first rider to the top will score 10 more points towards the climber standing.
The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite. Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars. Bravo les gars, c'est bien. Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end. Time for the musette. The riders will be able to pick up all they need to tackle the end of the stage.
Allez, vas-y, continue, continue.
The riders now begin the ascent to the Col de la Beach. It's not a full climb, so to speak. Because for this stage, the ascent really begins in Brenaz. However, the riders will be confronted with the steepest section of the col, whose gradient averages out at 8%.
you.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
Continuez comme ça.
Courage, on continue. Allez, continuez comme ça. Bravo.
His teammates have a handle on things for the overall standings. It will be difficult to increase the gap.
The Col de la Biche is classified as first category. The first rider will therefore pocket 10 points for the best climber classification.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
After the summit, the road won't immediately drop down towards the plain. It would continue to rise for a short while before it slopes down towards Gignes. Technically, it's a fairly challenging descent, given the high speeds that can be reached.
Allez, on lâche rien.
Allez les gars, courez.
Allez, tu peux y arriver. Continue, continue. Allez,
Allez, plus vite.
allez, on lâche rien.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Plus vite.
Allez.
Continue. Allez.
Bravo.
Allez, allez, allez.
Allez.
Continue comme ça.
Plus vite.
Allez, vas-y, fonce, fonce. Allez.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end. The descent is over for the lead riders. Another 15 kilometers or so, and they'll begin the second ascent of the Grand Colombier.
He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
Allez les gars, courage, on continue. Allez les gars.
Only 10 kilometers left for the group at the front.
You're on your own on this last climb. It won't be easy to get into rhythm because some sections are really steep while others tail off. Good luck. The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders. The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
C'est bien. Bravo les gars, c'est bien. Allez, les gars, allez plus vite.
Jersey. It's today's source of comfort.
The closing kilometres through the streets of Lyon won't be to the liking of the sprinters. Given the 3 urban climbs that await them, it would be surprising if they asked their teammates to manage the gap with the breakaway. The Baroudeurs would seem to have a good chance of winning today.
Okay, lads. Today could be a day for the Baroudeurs. The sprinters won't be in their element, and it's not difficult enough for the favourites to go on the attack. So, in short, if any of you want to slip into the early breakaway, it could be worth a shot.
The brake still isn't done. They're stepping on the pedal at the front of the peloton.
You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move.
The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. The first difficulty of the day is classified as 4th category. A fairly easy starter for the riders.
Well, there's not much going on today.
Classified as 2nd category, the ascent earns 5 points for the first rider, 3 points for the second, 2 points for the third, and 1 point for point.
You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. Puncture! Puncture! No, just kidding. It was to wake up the mechanic. You are 2 kilometers from the top.
Allez les gars, courage!
The race leaders are into the feed zone. The intermediate sprint is approaching. It's an opportunity to recall that only the first 15 score points for the green jersey.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. The peloton is 1 minute 30 behind you. Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton. The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end. Guys, the closing stretch is far from easy. There are plenty of bends on the road that go up and down. It's going to be tricky. It's best to be positioned up front. Go!
After the Côte de la Duchère, the riders will head towards the Montée de l'Observance. It's an 800-metre climb that doesn't count towards the best climber classification, but it could impact the outcome of this stage. The riders will then cross the Rhone to grapple with the Côte de la Croix-Rousse. Only 10 kilometres left for the head of the race.
Allez les gars, courage.
The front of the race is onto the Monte de la Servance.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
Attack behind. You've got to react, guys.
There's only the Côte de la Croix-Rousse to be climbed for the man to the front. It's looking good for him. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
Guys, at the top of the climb, the road doesn't drop down right away to the finish. There's 2 kilometers of flat, a short drop, and then a long 2 kilometers straight to the line.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
Only 3 kilometres left. The stage win should be played out between the breakaway riders.
Okay, I'll consume a speed.
The breakaway is at the red pennant.
It's a perfect day.
This stage represents a serious test for the contenders for final victory. With roads that go up and down all day, for a total of more than 4,400 metres of vertical gain, and the final 3 kilometres on a slope that averages out at over 11%, nobody can afford an off day. Otherwise, it's goodbye to the GC. Counter-attack inside the peloton.
It will be a long day in the saddle, guys. The road goes up and down all day. They're never big climbs, but they wear you out. You'll have to count your pedal strokes. Good luck, guys. It's looking good. You've got more than a minute's lead on the peloton.
The riders are on to the first ascent of the day. the Col de Cessa. It's a climb of a little over 10 kilometers on the road out of Clermont-Ferrand, making it the longest of the stage. It's classified as a first category pass. There will be 10 extra points to be picked up towards the polka dot jersey for the first one over the top.
I reckon it's walled up behind. Nobody seems to want to launch the chase. You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents.
The next difficulty, just like the previous one, is listed as second category. There will thus be 5.
You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents. Given that there's not much happening, lads, I think that I could follow you on a bike. At least now that there's some downhill. You're coming up to the intermediate sprint. Keep your eyes open.
The gap isn't changing much.
The green jersey will not change any more today. The leader is ahead by enough points.
It's a third category climb that now waits the riders. 2 points will be awarded to the first rider to the top. The race will soon enter its final phase with the Col de Néron primary sequence of climbs. Before that, however, there'll be a short third category Kingdom of Mountains difficulty to be crossed.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Allez, on continue les gars.
The race is now entering its final chapter. There are less than 20 kilometers to go for those at the head of the race.
I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
There will be time bonuses at the top of the climb. 8, 5 and 2 seconds for the general classification.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Only 10 kilometres to go and one ascent to be climbed. Puy-Marie. From the Col de Néron, it's a 5-kilometre climb. However, the slopes in the second half average out at around 12%. So the riders will be confronted by a real wall on their way to the finishing line.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders. Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The first riders are onto the steepest part of the slope. It won't get any easier from here.
Okay, I'll wait for you. I'll go full out on the relay.
There's only 1 kilometre to go for the men at the front. They'll have to settle it with a sprint.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
It's today's source of comfort.
With almost 220 kilometres in the saddle and a finish over uneven terrain, This stage should throw up an interesting fight for victory.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça.
He was itching to have a go. He's already on the attack.
Guys, there's a difficult stage on today's menu. It's long, and there's plenty of climbing inside the final 50 kilometers. You're going to have to keep something in the tank if you want to shine at the finish. Have a good stage. You're the most dangerous in the breakaway for the yellow jersey. It's looking good. You've got more than a minute's lead on the peloton. If they merge, it will make too big of a breakaway. The peloton prefers to ride and claw back those in front. Don't let the counter back at you. Your breakaway companions look like they want to up the pace. I'm going to take a nap. Wake me if something happens.
There will be 2 and 1 point for the mountain standings.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Before taking on the next climb, the riders will pass through Saint-Léonard-de-Noblin, the adopted home of the late lamented and very popular Raymond Poulidor.
It's you who has the most mountain points within the lead group. Guys, after the intermediate sprint, things will really start to get serious. The road either goes uphill or downhill. You're going to have to keep a clear head despite all those kilometers you've ridden. Good luck.
The next difficulty is listed as a Category 4. The front of the race begins with the ascent of the Croix de Pays, almost 5 kilometers on an average slope of 6%. Classified as third category, there will be 2 points and 1 point to be scored for the best.
The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
The riders are at the foot of the Sukhumei, a real 4-kilometre wall where the slope is often over 10%. Other than the mountain jersey points, there are also time bonuses to be picked up at the top of the Sukhumei.
Continue là, plus vite, plus vite.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
Right, lads. The Sukhumei is the last classified climb, but you can't relax. The final 20 kilometers aren't going to be easy because there's plenty of areas where the road climbs. It could prove painful. Come on, guys.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for breakaway group. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Courage. Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite. Bravo les gars.
The breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way, lads. But watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers.
No one has managed to get away on his own at the front of the race. Everyone seems to be on a par. It will take cunning to surprise your opponents.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Another 20 kilometres to go before knowing the name of the stage winner. There's everything to play for. The breakaway's managing to hold off the peloton. The gap seems to have stabilised.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
"15 kilometres from the finish for the group at the front."
Courage, on continue. Allez les gars, courage.
possible. They still have something in the tank for the final short climb.
Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Five kilometers for the breakaway. It's going to be nip and tuck with the final small climb.
Bravo. Allez, allez, allez. Allez, on attaque, allez, on se bouge.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race. And here's the red pennant.
The breakaway is at the red pennant. It shouldn't be able to hold off the peloton. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Jersey, it's a perfect day.